All right, y'all. So I'm here with the famous John Boyette. Hey, brother.
What's up, man?
You'll know John. He's been writing for Range Hot now for a while, and we got down here. We're in Siler City, and we just took a really cool carbine class.
Yeah, man.
Started about 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
It's getting almost 1, so
Yeah.
350 rounds.
Yes, sir. So we did a 4-hour block, and it was 300 rounds or so. I think maybe I got shot about 270 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was. I wouldn't say it's a basic class.
So like what? So there's a lot of people with different interpretations, right? Like you could have like a level 1 where they talk about assembly and disassembly on your AR and how they're going to take it apart and clean it, and then you go into sight in and 0. That could be a level 1 class. I consider that to be a level 0 because you're learning the system as is, right?
Yes, sir.
So I would say that a level 1 would be after the firearm is sighted in, the next phase of that. Now I do defensive work, so defensive work is a little bit different than competition work. There's a lot of things that are similar,
right?
But I'm more of a defensive guy. So like when I structured a class, my goal is if you leave this class today at 1:15, right, and you need to use that firearm, you can take exactly what you learned right now and apply it within just driving off the range.
Sure.
So that's why I don't have like, well, the next thing you have to learn is this.
Right.
I have it compact in that style.
You did some instruction.
Yep.
Did a demo.
Yep.
And then we went to the firing
That's
line.
right.
And we spent more time shooting than we did talking.
Totally.
Which, I've taken some classes where the instructor loves to hear himself talk, and he spends a lot of time talking, a lot of time shooting, and you spend a lot of time waiting around. That was the exact opposite of this class.
Yeah, so here's the deal. So depending on your interpretation of what a lot is, right? So some people think 300 rounds is a lot of ammunition. Others will say that's 30 minutes at the range. So you have different perspectives of what a lot is. And so I've learned that the only way to learn how to shoot is by shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how to do it. You have to physically do it. And I allow you to make mistakes and allow you to have error. Then I come by and I coach you, and then you tighten up. And you're like, oh, that's why I needed, that's why he said this.
That was my fuck up.
I know, I'm watching you.
Here we go. Blow ready.
If I just keep telling you, it doesn't make a difference, right? You actually have to hear it, make a error, and then learn from that error, and then improve. That's the only way people do things.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
That's it.
So, I'm a moderate AR shooter. I've been doing this a little while, and even still, I came to this class, and I've taken a lot of things away.
Right.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also learned some stuff. But I would say that if somebody just got done with their level 0 class, or they are a seasoned shooter,
right?
Would you agree this is still worthwhile to come and spend 4 hours honing those skills?
Of course, because here's the thing. So with my background, so I was in the Army for right at 10 years. All that time was in the infantry. I was stationed at Fort Bragg for 8 of those years. Then I went to the infantry school for the last 2. That is a block of education, let's just say. Multiple deployments, all of that jazz. Then I've been in nuclear security for about as long as I have been in the military. So now I'm in nuclear security. Well, that is a very interesting world, because that world you get police, you get Marines, you get Army, you get Navy, you get Air Force, you get competition shooters. You get a wide mix of civilians that are in this job. And what happens is that the filtering comes through, and you get the best of every category. So I have a lot of great Army instructors, or a lot of great 3-gun guys, and you combine that. Then you sprinkle in some Marine Corps, sprinkle in some Navy, sprinkle in some NRA on top of that, and you got yourself a banging knowledge base.
Sure.
Because it's all the best rises to where the top is. And so that's why this is so different. That's why when you took this class, like, I've never seen that before. I've never heard it. And also what changes it is the order in which I train it. A lot of people think I do it backwards, okay? So for instance, we started off with malfunctions, okay? We did malfunctions first, then we did reloads, then we sighted in. Why would I do it in that order? Well, you're going to have a malfunction throughout the class. So why am I going to wait for you to have a malfunction? Why don't I teach you on the front end?
Okay.
At some point, you're going to have to reload. So why am I going to wait until you have to reload? Why don't I just teach that on the front end? So now I got malfunctions, I got reloads done, which are tacticals and also your speeds, right? And so then we go into shooting. Well, when you have a malfunction, the class doesn't have to stop because you already know how to fix it. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
That's why you felt that pace change. You notice how fast things were going
Yes, sir.
while I was doing that because of that reason.
People were already well versed on what it would take to clear that reload,
Absolutely.
or do that, or do that clear that malfunction.
That's right.
So you don't have to stop. Be like, oh, we got a malfunction. The class doesn't stop. The firing line doesn't stop. You make safe, they clear it or reload or what have you, then you get back to going at it.
And I don't have to correct it. The student does because he already knows what to do.
Right. Well, man, I know you're busy, so I'm not going to hold you up. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I look forward to the next class.
Yeah, man.
And so, if somebody was interested in taking some of these classes, tell me where they're going to find this.
Go to tracearmorygroup.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on the internet. We to tracearmorygroup.com, and we have classes in Siler City. I have them in Moore County. I have them in Nash County, and if you guys would like me to come to you, just shoot me an email. We'll figure it out, and I'll come to you, and we can make it happen.
What's your email address?
So email is tracearmory@gmail.com. Easy breezy.
Easy enough.
That's it.
All right, man. Well, I'd say it was marine proof, so here we are.
Thanks, brother.
All right, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
We just spent the morning with John Boyette, Trace Armory Group, doing a carbine class. We've been here since, about 9, and it's going on 1 o'clock, so we had some time. What did you get out of the class? I mean, did you enjoy it? Did you think it was good to go? Was it? Give me your thoughts and opinions on where we're at after the class.
Yeah, great range, great facility. He's also very knowledgeable. He'll help make it right and make it fit you as an individual.
So, it sees your sling as maybe it's right, but maybe there's a better way.
Exactly.
And so you can say, let me show you this and see if you like it. If you like it, fine. If you don't, fine too. In the beginning, he made an adjustment on my sling, changed where my QD mount was. Yep. I'd never done that before. I didn't think it'd make a hill of beans worth of difference. However, it did, and I need all the help I can get. So, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, as far as learning, or what do you feel like we went over? Do you feel like you improved upon any skills? Have you got some homework to do when you get home?
Well, considering between us, we got half a century of military, multiple combat deployments, and using the AR in civilian work and using the AR in the military, and coming to this wanting to have a good time just shooting, and then all of a sudden we were here 5 minutes and like, wow, I didn't know that. How did this guy know this and us not? And then the way he structured it, so even if you don't know a lot about ARs, you're brand new to them, and hey, I bought this gun, what do I do with it?
Yes, sir.
And he focused the class around people that know nothing, all the way up to people that have a lot of experience, and all of it was, there was no downtime like, oh, why is he talking about that?
Right.
It was all things like, hey, I didn't know that, or hey, that's a neat way to put it. All that together, you can tell he's got a focus on the instruction. He's an educator first. He's a great shot, sure. I think he's an educator first.
So, if somebody's looking at the class, you're like, oh, okay, I'm thinking about taking it, regardless of their skill level. Would you recommend this class or not really?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's a must-have. Somebody that buys a gun and thinks because I got it in the house, I'm safe or something, huge mistake. And when you can contact somebody like that can talk at any level. I mean, when he can reach out and figure out what level you are and speak to you there.
Sure.
And so if you're not real bright like us,
I'm with you.
Army Joe's not the brightest. Not real bright like us, he can talk down and make sure you got a good focus and you understand it. And he checks the learning, which is the educator.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Colonel Cooper that said, owning a gun doesn't make you a marksman any more than owning a guitar makes you a musician.
Oh, that's right.
So, good point.
Right.
Somebody goes out and buys a gun, takes it to the square range, shoots a mag out of it, and they're like, I'm good to go.
That's right.
Here he was able to induce a little stress.
Yep.
Got a couple different really good drills, mechanical offset I enjoyed, and then the call targets all kind of made you do a lot more thinking other than just standing on the square range, poking holes in things.
That's right. Wasting money.
Yeah, and putting in a little bit of mental stress.
Exactly.
To make you think, and then, okay, well, I got to do this, got to do that. But it makes you think and makes you put into practice what you just learned.
Absolutely. Well, look here, I know you are busy, so I really thank you. I know everybody's a little tired, so I appreciate you taking just a few minutes to kind of talk to me and let me know what you think about
Good times.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
You too.